Hello and welcome back to another episode of Viking Women's Basketball with Lynn Kennedy. The Vikings are set to host the biggest game in the 2-year history of Viking Pavilion this Saturday when number 23 Tennessee comes to the town. But first, Coach, you guys won your 5th straight game, 3rd straight against UP Sunday, overcoming a 15-point second-half deficit and a 7-point deficit going into the 4th quarter. And we've talked a lot about the growing maturity of this young team. Saturday or Sunday has to be the latest and greatest example of that.
Well, I think, all college basketball players go through it where you're taking finals and you go through finals week and the study and focus on academics, and then you have to turn around and play a game either the next day or the day after, finals gets over. So I think some of that was a carryover in our first half. We just were not ready. You can see our energy level was down. We weren't executing. Our defensive intensity wasn't there. But I liked how we adjusted at halftime. We talked about a few things we wanted to change, and I really liked, what we did in the second half. And it didn't come all at once either. It was progressively getting better throughout the second half, and you can see it in the 4th quarter, the start of the 4th. Des took over the game a little bit offensively, but we got defensive stops, we got the rebounds we needed, and even at the end of the game, we were able to hit free throws to finish out the game. And so Portland's a better team. They're going to be, he's going to do a great job there, and they're going to be a better team throughout the years. And so for us to play against a good team like that and to come away with a win after being down by so much says a lot about our growth the last month.
And you mentioned Desiree Hansen. She was Big Sky Player of the Week after the game. She scored 16 points, career-high 10 assists, and 5 rebounds, and that's kind of what she's been doing as a sophomore, filling the stat sheet. So just talk about her growth.
Yeah, we've talked about it early, just with the new role. Last year she was kind of the 5th, 6th option. End of game she might have been the 1st or 2nd option, but it still changes this year. Coming in now, she's the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd option. She's getting a better defender. She had to adjust early on to playing against better defenders and just what she would do with her game, and especially offensively, how she would attack, how she would be open. Whether she's posting up or attacking the basket, all those types of things offensively. But for us, I just think defensively she's so much better. She's more active. She understands rotations. She's rebounding the ball better. I think that's carried over to her offensive side of the game too. So overall, she's just been growing as a player this last month. She's, just her intensity level in practice has been better. So I've seen a completely different player from her, and I think we need that going into Big Sky Conference because we need her to step up and take over games like she did against Portland. But again, we have 5 or 6 players that can do that. So it's kind of nice when she does it. But again, we've had Kylie do it, Jordan's done it, Belle's done it. So we have players that can do it at any time.
All right, let's get into Saturday and Tennessee now. First, just about the game in general. I mean, this is only the 3rd time in the program's Big Sky era that Portland State will be hosting a ranked team, and the 1st time in nearly 19 years. So just the fact that Viking Pavilion is hosting this game is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and who Tennessee is. I mean, just their history of their program and what Pat Summitt means for women's basketball, and to have them here, I think, it's great for the community. It's great for women's basketball in this area. For fans to come out and see a team in the top 25 play here, I think is a great thing. And it's also good for our team too to go up against a team that competes at the highest level every night, to has that history and the tradition. And to be among those teams, we've got to play those teams. And so we've got to bring our best basketball Saturday. But again, it's a great thing for our community, for our fans, for our players as well.
All right, and then just a little bit about Tennessee this year. They're 8-2 in their first year under head coach Kelly Harper. They started the year 7-0 with the win over Notre Dame. Lost 2 of the last 3, but the most recent of that was against top-ranked Stanford, so no surprise there. What do you see about them?
Well, their length, I think that's the one thing that stands out. They're so tall and athletic, and they get to the basket. Their rebounding is really, really tough. They can get second chance points. I think they're averaging 15, 16 points off second chance points. So I think that's one thing that stares at you when you look at stats. But for us, going into this game, we've got to be who we are. We can't be somebody else. We can't be Stanford. It's not going to happen overnight. So it's like we've got to be Portland State women's basketball, do the things that we've done the last month to get to this point where we're on a 5-game winning streak. If we get away from that, we're that first half team against Portland. We can't be that team. So we got to continue to do the things that we do well. Defensively, we've got to lock in and be aggressive as far as keeping them in front, taking away the three-point shot, but then also rebounding the basketball. And then offensively, we've got to be able to take shots and be aggressive going to the basket and be an inside team. You know, we've been able to do that the last couple of games, and so continue to take that into this game. And if we do that, we can have some success, and it's going to be a tough battle for us, but we're ready for that. We need to see that. It's rare that you get an NCAA type of team early on in the season, especially at home. So it's a good test for us going into the Big Sky Conference and to be ready for that conference schedule as well as the Big Sky tournament. That's what we're really looking forward to.
All right, there it is. Tip-off Saturday is at 2 p.m. The Vikings are approaching a record-setting attendance number, so be sure to get your tickets as soon as you can. For all information, tickets, and game information, visit GoVikes.com.